The date is Friday, May 19th. I'm Lewis Morals, and this is a Market Bull Update. While combustible ice may sound like an expensive menu item at some trendy gastropub, it is in fact a mixture of frozen water and natural gas that could be a revolutionary new energy source. China and Japan have both extracted the material from the bottom of the sea, which could add to tensions between a number of Asian countries around ownership of disputed waters. Though I don't understand how Asians fight each other when they're impossible to tell apart. Once extracted, the gas burns far cleaner than coal. However, if the extraction process is done wrong, it can flood the atmosphere with greenhouse gas. This is like looking for a virgin at an orgy in a Thai whorehouse. The goal is something clean, but shit's probably gonna get filthy before you get there. As polar ice caps melt, huge reserves of combustible ice are being revealed. So if global warming isn't a hoax, at least it has a delightful sense of irony. The Trump administration plans to announce $110 billion in advanced military equipment sales to Saudi Arabia. So congratulations to the president for reaching a deal on the Muslim contraband. The weapons will help the Saudis fight a proxy war in Yemen against the Iranians, but these towelheads are as hard to tell apart as the slants. Foreign affairs will be way easier after Trump just nukes them all so he doesn't have to try to remember all this shit. American plane maker Boeing has asked the US government to impose tariffs on planes sold by Canadian company Bombardier, prompting the Canadian government to consider canceling their $2 billion purchase of fighter jets from Boeing, because there haven't been enough headlines about airplane fights lately. Boeing accused the Canadian government of subsidizing Bombardier with investments and loans, which is only okay for the US government to do for banks and car companies. Tensions between the US and Canada are high on a number of trade issues, but at least with this conflict, I can tell everyone apart. It's easy to spot a Canadian. They all look like giant, smiling pussies. Don't forget to nuke them too, Mr. President. When someone defaults on their student loans, the US government pays debt collectors to help that person climb out of default, which is kinda like hiring a drug dealer to run a rehab center. While the debt collectors receive nearly $1 billion annually from the government to help borrowers, almost half of borrowers end up in default again within the next 3 years. And just like with the for-profit prison business model, high recidivism rates are great for the bottom line. Watch our upcoming special, Default and Our Stars, Student Debt Collectors with Astronomical Returns, to learn which stocks are poised to make sky-high profits on student loan defaults. This has been a Market Bull Update. I'm your host, Lewis Morals, reminding you that money ain't a thing. It's the only thing.